let's get started. So last day, we started to look at two-step equations. And I just said, hey, it's like 2 day one questions put in together. Right? So the steps are very similar, except for double the amount of steps. When we have a question like this, our very first step over here is to split it through the equals. This says our two sides have the same value. We have the left side, we have the right side, they have the same value, and our goal is to figure out the value of the letter. Right, so remember, we cover up the side that doesn't have the letter. And then there's two numbers here. There is a 5 and a 3. And we need to get rid of both of those numbers. But it's easier to get rid of one of the numbers first. Which one do we get rid of first?
3.
The 3. That was the adding, subtracting one. So remember, there's going to be one number that requires multiplying and dividing. Another one requires adding and subtracting. The 3, between the T and the 3 is a plus sign. So that's adding. So opposite of adding is minus. So to get rid of this 3, we go minus 3. Remember, it's always opposites. Right? We're adding, subtracting. We're trying to make zeros. So we have a minus 3 on that side, and it has to be a mirror image over here. Okay? And the 3's go away. These are 3 on the top, cancels the 3 on the bottom. That makes a 0. We have a 5t left over. What do we have on the other side?
20.
20. Then we go like this. And we go, okay, we cover this up. We want to get rid of the 5.
Divided by 5.
Divide by 5. You divide 5 here, divide 5 here. The 5's go away. And 20 divided by 5 is 4. And that's it. And students get really, really good at this, and they start taking shortcuts, right? And that's what I want to avoid, you trying taking shortcuts. Because what they try to do is they try to divide and add and subtract all in one line, right? So don't write this next part down. We're going to talk about it, then we're going to do it the right way. Okay, we cover this up. So don't write this down, but we'll go through the steps. What number do you get rid of first?
20.
20. Add 20 or minus 20?
Minus 20.
Minus 20. So this is often what I see. So don't write this down. So you have minus 20 here, minus 20 here. People go minus 27. Then they go, okay, I need to get rid of this 3 next. And they go divide 3. Then they'll have like divide 3 like this. And they'll have divide 3 like this. And they'll say W equals -9. They get the right answer, but that's ridiculously hard for somebody else to look at this and follow what's happened. Every single line here should be just canceling one number. We cancel one number, we rewrite the equation. When we cancel another number, we rewrite the answer. Do not try to do 2 steps all in one line here. I know you understand it, your temptation is to do it all at once, but don't do it like that. Yeah.
So my question is, every single time like it goes down, it's like 2x.
Yep.
It's like negative 3x. Is it always divide?
In today's examples, yes, but not always. Remember, we always do the opposite. So here, we have negative 27, and we have a 3w left over here. To get rid of the 3, we do the opposite. It's 3 times w, and that's why we are dividing, because it's opposite of timesing. Okay, next day, when we look at the day 3 stuff, there'll be stuff that'll be multiplying and dividing kind of mixed in together. So right now, on today's lesson, I'm just focusing on keeping it simple so there's not too many different options for you guys, right? So that's it.
Awesome.
So now the cross the 3's, negative 27 divided by 3 is -9. Okay? So you get the same answer. This is what it should look like. 1 step per line. All right, now, I know that you have got this, but there are some trickiness I'm going to talk about. So instead of this question here, I'm going to write a different question down. So let's get rid of this question here. And I'm going to write a question where some people tend to make mistakes. Let's go 17 equals 7 minus 2a like this. Okay? This is a question where people tend to make a mistake on. Right? And I like to teach you stuff so you don't make these mistakes. I don't want to be tricky. I just know where people make mistakes. So we split at the equal sign, right? We want to cover up the side that doesn't have the letter. What number do you get rid of first, the 7 or the 2?
7.
7, you write the 7. Do we write down here plus 7 or minus 7?
Plus.
Minus.
Ooh, two different answers. We want minus 7. Remember, when we're adding and subtracting, we want to look for zeros. A positive 7 and a minus 7 makes a 0. That's how that disappears. If you have a plus 7, it would have been 14. Right? So minus 7 there, minus 7 there. That's one part of the trickiness. Yes?
So why are you taking it away?
Why? We are taking away.
No,
So,
but why?
To get 0.
But it's
to get 0.
but the question is a takeaway question and not an adding question.
Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay? We'll get there. We'll get there. All right? So now, let's just talk about this. Because, good question there. We have a 10 left over on this side. What do we have left over on the other side?
2a and a negative.
And the negative. So this negative sign belongs to that 2. So when we canceled out that 7, that negative sign didn't disappear. It's still there. So we write down negative 2a like that. So a subtraction sign all of a sudden became a negative sign. So a subtraction and a negative mean the same thing, just depending on how you want to look at it. Okay? So now, Kai, for answering your question, we could have thought of that question as 17 equals 7 plus negative 2a like this. Right? And that's sort of what we got to imagine in our head, but that's extra symbols, so we don't do that. So I always tell the students, just focus on the numbers here. You want to make a 0. Okay? So it does one and the same thing. So now, we want to get rid of this 2. Do we go plus 2, minus 2, times 2, divide 2? What do we do?
Divide.
Divide. Because between the 2 and the a is a times. So we want to divide it. Not just by 2, but the negative. We want the negative sign to disappear. Right? So this one is the ultimate trickiness one. Right? Because of all the negative signs. You won't have a lot of these. But there will be some of these. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. And a positive and a negative makes a negative. Okay? So let's do, you don't have to write this one down. Let's do one more. And I'll do one more. You can write it down somewhere where you have space here if you want. But along the same lines. Let's do something like this. Oh, that's a messy 5. 5 minus b. Let's do very similar. All right. What is our first step? What do we write down? We take away the 5 because we want to make zeros there. So we take away 5 here. We take away 5 here. Right? The 5s go away. We have, oops, I didn't want that to happen. We want 15 left over on this side. And what do we write down on the other side?
Minus b.
Minus b. You are right, because this is what's left over. Now, are we done?
No.
No. What else do we have left to do?
A minus?
Yeah. So we're done. We're not done until the letter is all by itself. So all the numbers and the signs need to go away. So we need to get rid of this minus sign. Remember, if there's no number in front of the letter, there is a little an imaginary 1 there. All right? So that's negative 1b. All right? So now if you want to get rid of that negative 1, do you times? Do you divide? Do you add? Do you subtract? What do we do?
Divide.
Divide, because that's negative 1 times b. So those are the two trickiest situations in this lesson, right? All has to do with negatives, and 15 divided by negative 1 is just negative 15. All right?
Would it be positive?
Nope.
No?
Because the 1 is negative.
Positive divided by a negative would be a negative. All right? So then if you go back, you go 15 minus 15, negative 15, it would be 15 plus, sorry, 5 plus 15, and the answer would be 20. All right, one more question to the back side. Okay, so 2 ways to handle the next question. It says, hey, which one of these questions has an answer of 6? That's what it's asking. So it has 4 equations there. It's asking which one of these has an answer of 6. So there's 2 ways we can do this. Ranjo, do you have an idea?
I know which one it is.
Which one is it?
The third one.
The third one? How do you know it's the third one?
Because 10 minus 28 is 18, and 18 divided by 3 is 6.
Okay, let's check this out. Let's see if Ranjo got this right. So the first method you can do is you can solve the question. All right? So you have our question here. We have a 3 and a 10 on the side of the letter. Which number do we get rid of first?
10
10. Do we go plus 10, minus 10?
minus.
If you write down minus 10 here, do those 10s cancel each other out?
No.
No, you need a plus 10. Remember, you want to make zeros. A negative 10 and a positive 10. So we put plus 10 here and a 10 here. Plus 10 here. The 10s go away. And we have 38 over on this side. And you have 3x on this side. And you go, get rid of the 3 by dividing it. You go 38 divided by 3. I grab a calculator. Grab my calculator. I know it's not 6. That's the main thing. 38 divided by 3, I get 12.6. Or you leave it as a fraction or whatever. Right? The answer is not 6, so you go not a solution. Can't be 6. It's looking for which one of these are 6. So that's one thing you can do. You can just look at the questions just like the first page, solve it. If the answer is 6, you go, yes, it's good. Or what you can do is plug the number in. For example, if you take 6 and you put it inside of here where the x is, if you get this answer out, that means 6 is the right answer. So we go 4. Remember, we go like this. Where we see x, we're going to put brackets, plus 10. Right? We put the 6 in. Then we have a bedmass question. We go 4 times 6 is 24. 24 plus 10 is 34. So we go, yes, 6 is the answer. So you can do it like that as well. You can solve it or just put 6 into it. And if it equals the other side, it works out. For example, I think that's the faster way. But if you prefer solving it, you can do it. Like on this one, we go 3 minus 3 brackets. And where we see the x is where you put the 6 in. So 3 minus 18. Right? What's 3 minus 18?
15.
Negative 15.
Oh, yeah.
And it equals this side. So then 6 is the answer. 6 is the answer. Right?
Can't you just solve it like normally?
You can solve it too. It just depends. I'm just showing you a different way. You can solve it or you can plug it in. Right? Either way, long as it works out. Like for example, on this one, right here, if we solve this question, we can see if it works out. All right. Let's solve this one. What number do you get rid of first, the 5 or the 12?
12.
12. Carson, this one's coming to you. Do you go plus 12, minus 12, divide 12? What do you do? Plus, that's right. So we add 12 to both sides. So we have a 5 or negative 5x here and a negative 30 here. Then we want to get rid of that 5, Carson. How do you get rid of that 5? Opposites, right? In between the 5 and the x is a times. Opposite of times? Divide by 5 and that negative sign. Then divide by 5 and the negative sign. And you get 30, negative 30 divided by negative 5. The answer is 6. So you can check it that way. You can do it both ways. Whatever you find easier. You should know both strategies. Okay? That's it. So, the rest of the class.